Where's the instrument? Val? Nailed me down in the wrong place.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most talked about and influential moments to occur at music concerts. Number 10. Nirvana Unplugged. Watching Nirvana put their electric instruments aside and tone it down should not have worked so well. And yet, after the release of their album In Utero, which represented a big stylistic shift for the group, they did a show for MTV Unplugged that would take things even further.
Come doused in mud, soaked in bleach. Yes, I want you to be.
Somehow, Nirvana's grungy hits sounded even better in acoustic form, and the covers they decided to pay tribute to became instantly canonized in modern music. There aren't too many people these days listening to blues standards, but they likely know In the Pines as Where Did You Sleep Last Night? Unfortunately, Kurt Cobain died just a few months later, but not before delivering an all-time great live album.
Oh no, not me. We never lost control.
Number 9. Michael Jackson debuts the Moonwalk. Can you imagine a world without the Moonwalk? Michael Jackson absolutely blew the roof off of the place when he performed hit single Billie Jean on a TV special for Motown's 25th anniversary. Millions of people turned in just to see what MJ would do, and boy did he deliver. After the second chorus, Jackson launched into a physics-defying dance move that made it appear as though Jackson was walking forward but moving backwards. Contrary to popular belief, this move was actually developed by Jeffrey Daniel of the R&B group Shalamar. Still, Jackson's adaptation under the name Moonwalk popularized one of the most popular dances ever. It all started with that historic performance at the Pasadena Civic Auditorium. Number 8. Led Zeppelin at the Royal Albert Hall. There was nothing quite like Led Zeppelin in their prime, and there was no better performance that captured them at their peak than their triumphant appearance at the Royal Albert Hall in 1970. The band have been accused of being slightly sloppier as a live act in their later years, perhaps partly due to substance use disorder. But Robert Plant, Jimmy Page, John Paul Jones and John Bonham hardly put a foot wrong during this gig. The setlist is a stunning mix of the best of their first 3 albums, and although some might argue that their greatest releases were still yet to come, this was arguably their best performance.
Been dazed and confused, so long it's not true.
Number 7. Johnny Cash plays Falsome Prison.
I gotta tell you, I can't tell you how many shows we've done, but this is the best audience we ever had.
When Johnny Cash decided to make his next album a live recording in a prison, his record label was obviously not too keen. Cash had actually been trying to get this show on its feet for years, but it took a real career decline for him to finally get the go-ahead. Seen as past his prime and somewhat addled by substance use disorder, he saw a huge comeback after the album at Falsome Prison, and it also served to humanize the inmates to the outside world.
But I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die.
It was a show that connected him to a group of people that society had forgotten, with his rapturous performance of crime and prison-related songs being a particular hit.
Yeah, I'm going to Jackson. Look out, Jackson Town.
Number 6. Elvis on the Milton Bale Show.
You ain't nothing
Elvis Presley's performance of Hound Dog on the Milton Bale Show in 1956 awakened an entire generation and let them know exactly where the world of music was headed. As soon as Elvis began to sing and dance, it was as if he was tapping into something truly otherworldly. Hound Dog was the perfect song choice too, with each chorus allowing Elvis to shake like there was no tomorrow.
You ain't nothing
Obviously, this performance was hugely controversial at the time by those who did not want the world's youth to begin breaking out of societal norms. Unfortunately for them, that's exactly what happened. It was a watershed moment for rock and roll music.
Yeah, you ain't never gonna rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine.
Number 5. Jimi Hendrix plays the Star Spangled Banner. Jimi Hendrix did things with the guitar that have not been rivaled since the 60s, and one of those legendary feats was his interpretation of the US national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner, at Woodstock in 1969. Sure, it's one man with a guitar, but in his playing you can hear a complicated patriotic tribute. The sound of planes, bombs and guns were interpreted by some as a protest of the Vietnam War. Either way, this move caused some major controversy at the time, which should come as no surprise. But in a festival lineup filled with iconic moments, this was without question the biggest moment of them all. Number 4. The Beatles play the Apple Corps Rooftop. Sure, we could have gone for their legendary US debut on The Ed Sullivan Show. We could have even picked their ear-busting performance at Shea Stadium in 1965. But the Beatles never performed with more on the line than when they made a comeback in 1969 on the rooftop of Apple Corps.
I've got a feeling I can't hide, no.
After a long hiatus from live performance, the group wanted to do something different. Rather than hit the road for a tour, they decided to create a major public disturbance, eventually leading to the arrival of the police. But it wasn't just the spectacle that was great. John, Paul, George and Ringo, joined by keyboardist Billy Preston, performed an all-time great set of music. And it was their last ever concert.
Don't let me down.
Number 3. Prince at the Super Bowl.
We are gathered here today to get through this thing called life. Oh no, let's go!
Super Bowl halftime shows were turned into a genuinely elaborate musical concept by Michael Jackson in the 90s. But the art form was perfected in 2007 by Prince. His performance during the break in the action at Super Bowl 41 is still considered to be the benchmark for all those who follow. Not only did Prince bring intense production values and choreography to the event, but the actual musicianship was one of the highest quality. Hits like Let's Go Crazy and Baby I'm a Star were performed alongside a medley of covers. But the standout moment came when he delivered the legendary Purple Rain as the skies opened, showering down on the performance. It was almost too perfect.
I never meant to cause you any pain.
Number 2. Dylan goes electric at Newport Folk Festival. We can't overstate how wild it was for the poster boy of the 1960s folk revival movement to try his hand at electric rock and roll. But Bob Dylan didn't decide to distance himself from his roots either. He brought his electric band directly to the festival that made his name and proceeded to pull off one of the biggest U-turns in music history. Sure, there are about a dozen different accounts of how the crowd actually reacted to this performance. The general consensus is that while most people actually enjoyed Dylan's rocked-up versions of Like a Rolling Stone and Maggie's Farm, there were more than a few people who were disgusted. It was a pivotal moment in music history, either way. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honourable mentions. Beyoncé at Coachella. New levels of glamorous showmanship arrived to Coachella. David Bowie retires Ziggy Stardust, one of the most surprising on-stage announcements in music history.
Well, you walk past the cafe, but you can't eat when you've lived too long.
The Who at the Isle of Wight Festival. Raw and unfiltered rock and roll delivered masterfully.
Since I was a young boy, I played the silver ball. From Soho down to Brighton, I must have played them all.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Queen at Live Aid.
Alright!
Does it get any better than Queen's thunderous performance at Live Aid? As soon as Freddie Mercury and company stepped out onto that Wembley stage, they had the crowd in their hands. And for the next 20 minutes, they didn't let them go. For such a short runtime, the band managed to fit in a number of their greatest songs, all delivered with a type of intensity that far outstripped the album's version. By the time show closer We Are the Champions came around, the crowd were already wishing that the band could have stayed around for just a little longer. Freddie brought new meaning to the word showmanship on this day. So what do you think are the greatest musical performances of all time? Let us know in the comments below.
Far from Folsome Prison, that's where I want to stay.